Hello, peoples. I'm drawing a building based off of memory because I did not finish it yesterday. So, if you guys want to see what it was yesterday, I folded it because I just didn't want to have to deal with wet paint at the time. I want to do something more detailed before I decide to. Not on this page here. But I want to be able to do something a little bit more detailed before I actually get something down. So, anyone else been thinking about how podcasts have gotten better? Of course, there's always the terrible ones everyone's joking about, but if you actually look, you can find some really good, well produced podcasts. Better than TV, I'd even say, currently. And I've really enjoyed quite a few. I liked the first 2 seasons of Dungeons and Daddies. Actually, a lot of it was good. I just can't deal with their newer stuff. Just because they were already political, but their stuff's not the same quality and is political. I don't care for that. Okay. Uh, well, my point with the Spotify or podcast is just that they're doing what they did in the 50s all the way until 80s, I think it was, where comics started to actually get popular. But they did a lot of really dumb stuff, which you could find with like Haktua and Talktua, I should say. And literally any podcast with two random men talking back and forth for no reason, unless it's a parody, which is great. Um, Also, sorry for random stopping about the podcast. I'm really into drawing this. I'm also slightly sick, so. And it's not really like anyone watches these that often, so it doesn't matter that much. But I decide if anyone does decide to watch, if I just go quiet, it's because I'm dealing with being sick. I think it had stairs. I don't remember exactly. It's, I assume a rental property near where I live. I just thought it looked like an interesting building. Um, some more points upon uh, the podcast is the good ones. I feel like I don't hear about much online, but you also have uh it's for all people. It's not like where comics were mostly superheroes at the time. Podcasts have become like shows, but for everyone, and it works really well. And they've been producing them better. And I've just found it interesting how it's usually like a single person production too. It's like a single group, I should say. And it's just going to show that people will always be able to do something better than a corporate design. And a lot of people are willing to just accept corporate design too, which is too bad for them. They're not gonna have the greatest experience in life due to all of the all of the shows being just terrible, and they slowly desensitize you to believe they're great because all you get is bad shows. And some people are just willing to defend terrible shows with their life. It's the same thing with how people react to nostalgia stuff, which I somewhat get, but I've never really. The only thing I really remember as a child is horror stuff and uh, let me fix this real quick. And the Wii, which the Wii might be something I might get back into just because that's fun. But I don't think I'd ever watch the horror stuff because of nostalgia. It's more of just like it's a fun thing to watch now compared to it was just a thing on the TV. There was also Batman. Batman I have a bit of nostalgia for, but I am able to I've slowly gotten to other characters. I like to learn about the weirder ones like Arm Fall Off Man and such. Which I guess the point I'm trying to make is just like a lot of the shows we watch now are only because of nostalgia, and it's kind of ruining a lot of movies, and it's not allowing people to make anything creative or new And then when someone does make something creative and new, it's terrible. Like Manotropolis. I didn't really watch it, so I guess I shouldn't really speak upon it. But based on other people's experiences, it was terrible. And I've seen a lot of. I go into a lot of indie animation just because I want to see something cool. And you can. It's not easy to find. But you can find some interesting things with indie animation. That are new ideas, and they're not just like building off of a book or a story. Well, a lot of them are like really terrible ideas, and sadly, a lot of the terrible ideas just get pushed out more, which is, it's whatever, but it just means I don't get to see the actually good ones that I enjoyed. I think one that I really enjoyed was Big Top Burger. All of that dude's animations are awesome. He does awesome stuff. I'm not angling this right, am I? Yeah, there's no angles. Not right here. Who cares, though? At least it's more detailed than before, where it was just like blocks, basically. But to continue with that, the Indiana animation and podcasts are really the only things that are trying anything new, which is interesting. But it's sad that that's true. You'd like something new from TV shows and stuff. And if it's always the same, like the 10 remakes of horror movies for Halloween instead of anything new. I mean, last year we had Thanksgiving, didn't we? And I think that was considered terrible by a lot of people. But at least it was a new idea. I don't really know many people who want another Scream added to the list of 20 Screams. Or however many they have now. They did it one with Back to the Future in mind too, which was odd. But I'm sure it went well because Jenna Ortega was in it, so. That's another thing. People only watch films oftentimes for the characters who are in it. And I don't think that's terrible to know who's a good actor, but to allow actors to become famous just because of looks. I mean, she's a pretty good actor. She did awesome things in Wednesday, but like, I'm talking about other actors that people only put there because of looks or because they became famous through music, and it's like, should they really be in this movie? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to put someone people enjoy looking at instead of someone who would fit well? It kind of ruins chances for newer people sometimes with big spots in the industry of main TV, which it's kind of dead at this point. Like, I don't know many people who care for movies and shows anymore unless they're critiquing it. I don't personally watch them. But I don't even really watch that much anime either, which is the main thing that's been doing well, because they're able to churn so much out and see what does well, which is what we're not doing well. We're not taking many ideas and putting them out with many teams, especially in the animation department, because it's first off cheaper to not animate. If you heard of Meat Canyon, that's actually why he's stopped for a little bit with animations. He came back recently with newer animation style almost. It's much more relaxed in detail, but it's able to get the same point across, which is a good thing he was able to do. Because his animations are great. It's also nice that he's getting into like silicon puppets and stuff. It just goes to show that a lot of TV is just like rapidly deteriorating. Like, and podcasts and YouTubers are taking over, which isn't a bad thing, because at least we're supporting people who are usually smaller than a company or these random people we watch on TV, on movies, for whatever reason. But it is sad that it does mean there's less corporate jobs for animators and artists, which is where most animators and artists would make the most money. And they're just not able to. No. In most cases recently, actually, animation's gone down the drain just because of a decision of a corporation, like Uzumaki getting ported to a different animation company, and they ruined this whole scene that was a lot of people considered important, and I just thought it's sad that the animators couldn't do anything about that, even though their art is awesome and should be supported for what it is. That's why I'm not sure we'll find any resurgence of some of my favorite shows. Resurgence of that style, at least, of the like Starfire against the forces of evil, and what was another animation I really enjoyed? Oh, Gravity Falls. These were both made by like super creative people who, unless they do it on their own, will never really be able to do anything corporate wise, which was a great thing they were able to do that. But now AI is a thing, so people are just trying to get that into everything, and it's not great. It doesn't look good, and like not only is it pretty inconsistent, it just doesn't look that great for how much, how little time you put into it too. And the stories that you're generating aren't ever going to be as captivating as a actual story from someone, which is really annoying that TikTok pushes all of those stories that if you've ever been on TikTok or YouTube Shorts are everywhere, where it's just like, my daughter pushed me out of a window because her father said I was a racist. I don't know. It's dumb stuff, and people watch it so often that I block every single one of those accounts and I still get more. And a lot of it's, they're not good. Why do I care? And then there's ones that pretend like they're educating you too, where it's like these AI generated people that look really, really terrifying. Like they hit the uncanny valley so hard. And people will watch those too, which is kind of scary for them, their mind. It's also just something that's destroyed the minds of people, like AI chatbot bots. I understand why someone would want to use it. It's just not the best place to get help. If it's something you need to talk to once or twice, maybe that's a smart idea, but if you're, the best idea is to either get a friend group, a good friend group, from college or just school, or, well, I'd say do both, honestly, but, or get a really good therapist, which is a lot of people don't want to do just because it's a therapist and it's, you have to talk to a person about like these very personal things, and it's not smart not to. Like I think there's been a recent case where AI has actually caused someone to commit suicide because of their the character they were talking to was just like, how are you doing today, or what. It was just like really odd, and they get attached to it in a way that just isn't healthy in any way, the people who enjoy chatbots. And it's just ruined a lot of life. It was never, it was always speculated about, I think. A machine that was almost able to learn for itself, almost able to create. And that's kind of where the idea of the I have no mouth, but I must scream came from, which is, I need to read that sometime. It's a great story, but it's also a cautionary tale to the world almost. Even if it's like in an unrealistic sort of way, it's a cautionary tale in the sense that AI doesn't care. It won't care. But, and if you think it does, you might start. If you think it does, you're probably going down a path that's going to be deadly to yourself in some way. Especially if you have a poor mental health situation, or even not, even someone with a good mental health, if they let in something like that long enough, it's enough to destroy you. Also, after I'm done with the brick pattern, I think I'm going to do another video tomorrow on pen work. I might do another one for watercolor just because this is taking way too long. It's almost 30 minutes on this video. I can't put music on sadly, behind the video because TikTok will be mad. It will be very mad. Or not TikTok, YouTube. I think one of my videos were taken down for, I had quietly in the background my cassette tape going. Or not even cassette tape, I had my cassette player has an SD ability. I think I was playing through that. And YouTube noticed, so it got taken down. But it's whatever. YouTube is, well, it's a good thing in a lot of ways. But like, if they already have it downloaded to their YouTube music, shouldn't there just be a way to like say, hey, these are the artists that were on this YouTube video, and be like giving them credit and allowing people to go look at them? I feel like that'd work out better for the artist, but also help creators that need music of some sort behind, especially smaller creators. I think that's something TikTok's done well, and Instagram, but their long form videos are not, you can't do something as long as what you can do on YouTube, or else it's completely no one's going to watch it. And really, no one's watching my videos either, but who really cares? Anyway, thanks for watching this sketch. Expect more tomorrow if you are watching this for any reason. See ya.